So, yeah, Colossians 1:15 was one of the verses mentioned in Enjoy Life Forever, paragraph 1, where it says Jesus was created by Jehovah before everything else. I kind of a bit taken back by that.
Well, that's a different subject. I mean, the first inquiry you made was about the verse in Matthew 1:20, and I did leave a message on the phone,
Right.
on your answer phone. So I've got some information on that, but it's quite a few paragraphs, so it might be more practical to send it to you by email.
I'm happy to talk about it. I mean Matthew 1:20. But while he thought about these things, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream, saying, Jehovah, son of David, do not be afraid to take to you Mary, your wife, for that which is conceived in her is of the Holy Spirit. Now, what I noticed...
You meant Joseph, of course.
Sorry, Michael?
You meant Joseph. You misread it.
Did I? What did I say?
You said Jehovah.
I'm sorry. I read Jehovah in the text.
Can you read it again, just to make sure?
You read it, because I can't see in this light. It's just not bright enough for me to read. I'm sorry about that.
But while he thought about these things, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream, saying, Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take to you Mary, your wife, for that which is conceived in her is of the Holy Spirit.
Thank you. You read it correctly. I'm sorry about my mistake. The text says Lord, angel of the Lord. It doesn't say Jehovah's angel as your New World Translation reads. So I'm a bit...
Yeah, that's right. So,
yes.
So that's the information I've got, as I say, is quite a few paragraphs. So I thought it might be useful for you to read it yourself.
I'm quite happy to talk. For instance, one thing I've looked at is your Kingdom Interlinear translation at Matthew chapter 1, and this is not a quotation from any Old Testament passage. Matthew 1:20. It says Angelos Kuriou. So Angelos, angel, Kuriou, which is of the Lord, and it's a genitive singular. So it doesn't say Jehovah in the Greek text of Matthew 1:20, you see. I mean, I say that with respect. So why does your translation have Jehovah in it, you see?
Well, as I say, I mean, I'm not going to... The research that I've done, I'm not going to read because it's quite lengthy, and I think it would be more pragmatic for you to read it yourself.
Well, I have a huge library. I've got about 1,000 books. I can read those to you. We can be here for hours where we're reading to each other. But would it be best to address the question? Why do you have Jehovah in the New Testament of Matthew 1:20? This isn't a quotation from any Old Testament passage, and your own Kingdom Interlinear translation says Angelos Kuriou, angel of the Lord. It doesn't have Jehovah, and this is published by the Watchtower, you see.
Yeah, what I'd say to you, Robert, is you'll notice that it has a capital, and the capital represents where the consonants, WH, YH would have been. That's why it's in a capital.
No. There's no Yod He Vav He, the Hebrew tetragrammaton, in the New Testament text anywhere. There's 5,800 New Testament documents. Not one of them has the tetragrammaton Yod He Vav He in it. The tetragrammaton.
Yeah, the thing is where the context, especially where the Greek scriptures quote from the Hebrew scriptures.
This passage isn't. This passage is not a quotation.
Well, that's an interesting view, Robert.
Sorry?
I can assure you the New World Translation would take the liberty of inserting Jehovah's name where it shouldn't be. That would be a liberty.
Right, agreed. Matthew 1:20 is not a quotation of any Old Testament passage. If it is, then please show me where it's quoting from. I'm happy to be corrected.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, the research material that I have, I'm not going to read it verbatim, but that's, based on your inquiry, I sourced this information. And, I mean, I could send it to you by text, but I thought it would be more pragmatic and practical.
Sorry, go on. I interrupted you. I do beg your pardon.
Yeah, I thought it would be more practical to send it to you.
I'm happy to talk, because we can send stuff to each other for months. I can send you reams of copy and paste stuff that I'm copy and pasting. You can send me copy and paste stuff. What I was hoping was, is it possible that you could answer the question, why do you have Jehovah in the New Testament 237 times? And I've given you the first example is Matthew 1:20.
I'm not in a position to answer that. I would have to, I didn't translate it. I trust the translation, but I didn't translate it. So I'm probably not the right person to ask that question.
Right. You say you trust the translation. I mean, who were the translators?
Sorry, say that again.
You said, sir, you trust the translation. Who were the translators?
Well, who were the translators? Well, obviously it was translators from the Jehovah's organization. And, as I say, I have full confidence in their research and in the translation, the New World Translation.
Should I have full confidence? And Michael, should we have full confidence in the translation?
Well, I think so. I think, millions of people use the New World Translation and view it as a reliable translation.
Yeah, but
look, Robert, listen, maybe we can resume this conversation another time.
I think Michael wants to say something.
Can I ask you a question? You just stated that you trust the translation, but
I do.
Does it trouble you that your interlinear on jw.org does not agree with your English translation?
It doesn't agree. Well, I thank you for your observation. I would beg to differ. Look, as I say...
How do you beg to differ with what Michael said?
Let